This afternoon, the Delaware Riverkeeper Network learned that the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection had been apparently holding listening sessions to get input on some key regulatory programs that impact pipeline decision-making and decision-making on development projects of all kinds. It was odd because I hadn't heard anything about these listening sessions, which apparently applied to the Section 102 regulatory program, a key regulatory program. I learned that there was going to be a listening session here at the Doylestown office of the Pennsylvania DEP, and I headed over to attempt to participate. Upon arriving at the meeting, I walked in. I saw a lot of write-ups because apparently there had been a listening session this morning. When I arrived, I was told by a Pennsylvania DEP official that this morning's listening session had been a closed session, invitation only, for the development community. I saw that there had been input received from the development community, obvious complaints about the 102 regulatory program, and proposals that the development community would like to see addressed by the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection to obviously make it easier for them to get their pipeline projects and development projects approved. So I had learned, according to my information, there was going to be one of these listening sessions this afternoon as well. I attempted to sit in on that listening session, and I was ejected from the meeting by the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection, being told that this afternoon session was only for Conservation District employees and DEP employees. When I challenged the exclusion of the public from all of these listening sessions, I was told that had I come this morning, I would have been allowed to stay. But of course, upon my arrival, I had been told that this morning session, actually by multiple officials, that this morning session was an invitation-only session, and again, that it was limited to the development community. And I had no reason to know that I should have been here this morning because no invitations were extended to the Delaware Riverkeeper Network or any environmental organization or community group that we could identify. I also saw what appeared to be an invitation list, which included signatures for those that actually attended, and then an absence of signature for those that had apparently been invited but did not attend. There were no environmental organizations or community groups on that invitation list. It was only representatives of the development community, either developers themselves or legal counsel or others. So clearly, the public was intended to be excluded from these quote-unquote listening sessions focused on the Chapter 102 regulatory program and ways that the Department of Environmental Protection could reform that program. What we have witnessed at the Delaware Riverkeeper Network and in the community for the past couple of years with the Wolf administration is a perpetual effort to weaken regulatory standards, to find ways to make it easier for pipeline projects and development projects to be approved and developed, and to actually be developed in ways that are harmful to the environment and harmful to the communities. The first stakeholders that should have been in the door on a listening session regarding regulatory programs and how to make them better should have been members of the public, impacted community members, environmental and community organizations that are working on these issues day in and day out.